Hello friends, this is my cooking video. Other people have been making cooking videos, so I thought I'd give it my turn. I shot the footage for this video about 2 weeks ago, and I started some editing. It was about 18 minutes long, so I go, uh-oh, that's going to be too long. So then I got back into it, and I took some of the different clips within this, and I converted them to either double or triple speed to shorten up the video. And now it's about 12 minutes long. Not so bad. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and my preference is a video that runs, 7, 8 minutes, something like that. If it's 12 minutes, yeah, that's on the long side, but that's okay. But when it gets above 18 minutes, I kind of, I'll get back to it later. If I'm not wrong, a lot of people have a lot of videos to watch, and you only have so much time, so you kind of have to pick and choose what you can watch, and that's just life. Don't have unlimited time. As I'm editing this video, I noticed that the sound level of the video itself is real loud, so I've been having to go in and edit each little clip down. It's quite the task, but it's fun. Okay, so we're cooking. Here's what we're doing, if it isn't obvious. We're preparing the carrots and broccoli, put it in that bowl there, put a little water in it, and put it in the microwave for 3 minutes on high. Basically what the water does is turn that bowl of vegetables into a steamer. So really, you're steaming the vegetables. That's all that's going on. Nothing magic there. Everybody's done it. Or if they haven't, they're whatever. They could learn from this. That's why we're doing this, right? So back to the technical aspects of this video is I used the Sony Handycam, which I'll put the model number down below and maybe at the end. And I had that mounted on a tripod, and so I would do various clips, and between each clip I would stop the camera and move the tripod, and then so I have a whole series of clips, bring it into the editor and cut down the clips to get rid of the places where, I kicked the tripod and all that kind of stuff, and shorten some things. So again, that raw list of clips was about 18 minutes. So then when I came back in, I did a time crunch on a number of the clips. You'll see I cut things at really fast speed, that sort of thing. Where the steak sizzles very fast. Anyway, so it was fun. And we're cooking. So we put saran wrap or equivalent on the bowl, and then I'll take the knife and poke a couple of holes so that there'll be some venting. And yeah, that's how we do it. Nothing to it. Boink. And we go turn on the microwave. Open the door. Pop that baby in there. Set the microwave. The display doesn't really flash like that. That's just the magic of the camera. So we go on high. We go for 3 minutes. Hit the start button. And go on to something different. So back on the technical side of it, I use a tripod because there's just too much here that requires more than one hand. So I go, well, I'm going to put this on a tripod. I don't know how you other guys can do it, but there it is. So I have 2 different jarred items that I'm getting. One is a black pepper sauce. I really love that stuff. I'll put in almost anything. And the other is just minced garlic. To me, chopping up your own garlic is a pain. So good chopped garlic to me is fine. Fair game. Going technical again. One of the things you got to have is decent lighting. Most of the videos that I've been watching have been okay there. Some other videos where a person gets into a dark corner, you kind of go, they need to do something better about lighting. Hey, we're all just having fun here, so no big deal. And of course, the other advantage of the tripod is the camera doesn't shake around as much. some videos you see the person is just swinging that sucker around. Whatever. Again, we're just having fun. So just a hint there on what you can make things better. And we're cooking. So we turn the burner on the gas stove and add some olive oil. I prefer olive oil over others. It's supposed to be good for you. Seems to work well with frying stuff up. Of course, I'm using a wok rather than a regular frying pan. You can use a regular frying pan if you like. Now, one thing I do is I get a package of onions, might be 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever, and because I don't really like the job of cutting thumbs up, I take the whole thing and cut them all up and then put them in a bag and throw them in the freezer. And so we're cooking up the onions and we toss in some garlic from the jar. So we're at about the 6-minute mark. Hey, thanks for hanging with me so far. We're halfway done. Back on the tripod concept. The other thing is that you get rid of the shaking. I'm an old guy. If I was hand holding it, I would be shaking quite a bit. Hey, look at me doing those onions. Am I fast or what? This is probably triple speed. So the editor that I'm using on this is Adobe Premiere Elements 12. About a month after I bought number 12, 13 came out. It's like, too bad I'm using 12. Anyway, that's Adobe. When I first started using, I just go, man, this program is difficult to use. Like Photoshop, if you've ever done Photoshop, it's a bitch to use. But now that I've been into it, I'm getting used to it. At first, I'd say there's not so much a learning curve, but a brick wall. And well, the brick wall, I've been chipping on it, I guess, or something. Incidentally, I'm not so much a fan of Adobe. In fact, that's a company I love to hate, like a lot of companies that we deal with. But they do have an excellent product. It's very flexible. What else can I say about it? Other people use other editing software. That's fine. Final Cut Pro looks like it's got some really cool stuff. Oh, but that's for a Mac, and I've got a PC, so we're not going there. Okay, so now it's time to throw some meat in the wok. This is prepackaged beef. It's all cut up for you. It's labeled as a stir-fry beef. This is what we can get in Singapore, and it's imported in from Australia. So it's Aussie beef. Back to Adobe Premiere Elements 12. And the 13 is the same. I got this on Amazon, and it was for about $100, 99 bucks, whatever it is. So the beef is sizzling up pretty good here. Yeah, stir it around a little bit. One of the secrets of making decent and tender meat is to, when you're cooking it, you bang the crap out of it. When I'm on a grill, you cook it for a few minutes, you flip it over, you whack the heck out of it, and then you keep doing that. And that gives you a tender beef, because beef just likes to turn into a hunk of leather. Let's just face it. That's why you don't cook beef in a microwave, because it'll just turn it into pure leather. Okay, in goes the black pepper sauce. Like I say, this is good stuff. I use it on chicken or beef. You know, the meat has to be browned first as far as I'm concerned, and then you pop it in just like this. I have seen that this stuff is available in the U.S. You can probably go to your local grocery store and you say, hey, I saw this black pepper sauce, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so we're at about 9.5 minutes into this video, and if you're still with me, thank you very much. If you're not, well, who cares? Okay, obviously I've added the onions back into the mix there. We're getting close here. I'm not a professional cook, or neither do I have any professional training or anything like that. I've just been cooking quite a bit since I was a teenager, I would say. And as far as photography, I'm not a professional there either. I have been dabbling in photography probably since I was 12. Oh, and the other sauce I forgot to mention is this is oyster sauce. This is also something you can find in the Asian section of the supermarket. I think just about everybody carries it. Interesting, there is a vegetarian version. I don't know what that'd be made from. And then from the freezer, I have these hot chili peppers. These were packaged in Malaysia, I assume grown there as well. And I got a bunch of these, and I chopped them up, threw them in a Ziploc bag, and threw them in the freezer. And I just use a little bit once in a while. These peppers are pretty hot. Oh yeah, remember the microwave oven? There we go. We've got some vegetables all cooked up for us. Just drain that off, blah, blah, blah. And throw it in with the beef mixture. And throw on a little bit more oyster sauce. Well, isn't that special? Adobe Premiere Elements 12 just crashed, and I had to kind of reassemble things. All the audio tracks were there, but not on the timeline, so I had to put all those back in. All of the settings, audio settings for the video track, I had to reduce to make it work. I had to reset. So, hey, what happens, man? The autosave didn't help us. So what did that IT guy tell you? Save often. There we go. It's all ready to go. And then, as the suspicious observer would suggest, our moon to close. Just kidding. He closes with the sun. I'm closing with the moon. These last two clips were done with my Canon point and shoot. The first part was the Merlion, which is a famous symbol for Singapore. And this large building here is the Marina Bay Sands. And there's the moon. And this camera is an amazing moon camera. I didn't even know that until I took this shot. It's all handheld, zoomed all the way out, and hey, that's not too shabby. Except right at the very end, you'll see it go out of exposure. So it kind of goes